The next crossover we're going to be talking about is Green Lantern and Silver Surfer, another unexpected matchup from Marvel and DC. Green Lantern and Silver Surfer Unholy Alliances was published in 1995 and written by Ron Marz. So this comic centers Kyle Rayner's Green Lantern, which is already not my favorite, but is what it is, and the Silver Surfer. So for a lot of these matchups, you have to understand that the writing assumes that you understand that these stories are taking place in a universe that contains both Marvel and DC in the same continuity. Sometimes it's dictated otherwise, but for the most part, you are to assume that these separate heroes and cities and whatever exist in the same overall universe. And it simply makes it easier to tell the story to assume that all the characters from each company kind of coexist somehow. I say this now because each character fully interacts with villains from the other universe, but the story doesn't really give an explanation or an introduction as to how that happens until the end. Like Kyle reluctantly agrees with Thanos, and we all just kind of accept that they kind of know who each other is. Like, obviously Thanos introduces himself and there's like a thing, but he's not like, I am from a different universe. Like, you know, it's kind of just assumed that you know that something's happening. The first part of the story takes place completely separately, with Kyle on Earth and the Silver Surfer in space. They're both used as devices for each power-hungry god from the opposing universe, and quite frankly, the title characters do not have a lot of interaction time. The gods are the ones that fight each other, and reality sets itself back to normal, and they realize that the gods use them, but they still barely interact. The title characters don't actually drive the story. It's the antagonists that do so. I really think of all the crossovers that we've talked about, this might be the weakest. The idea of Silver Surfer and Green Lantern working together is intriguing, but they don't really actually do that. So I think it's kind of a wasted opportunity. That said, I like the idea of the villains from each company interacting, and I'm not sure why they couldn't title it for the characters that actually drive the story. But I would also be more interested to see more crossovers with the antagonists teaming up or fighting or whatever. I find that almost more compelling than just constant superhero crossovers.